How we doing? Okay, I got a question here from one of my followers. He's asking, if I see one high safety or if I see two high safeties, should I change my play or should I relax and just go through my reads? Now, the short answer is, if you're confident that you know which coverage he's coming out in, then switch to a coverage beater and attack that coverage. However, if you are not sure, this is when you're going to relax and stick to your reads, but this assumes you know what pure progression reads are. So look at this right here. I'm confident this is a cover 2 zone. I know a coverage beater using verticals, and then I could hit it. But if I didn't know, this is when I would stick to pure progression routes. And just to make this easy, here's a list of pure progression routes that I highly recommend you put into your offense. If you need a breakdown on any one of these, let me know. But I'm going to break down shallow cross here. So the first read is going to be the drag. The second read is going to be the tight end. The third read is going to be the running back. So look, drag's covered. The one, tight end's the second read. I get it to him, right? Let's run this again. Okay, first read is the drag. Drag's open. I take it. Now, notice how the coverage is going to keep changing, but my read is always going to stay the same. This is why we call it pure progression, because we're always going to go 1 to 2 to 3, no matter what coverage they're in. Another pure progression play that is very simple, and honestly I don't see this used enough, is the stick concept. And this is good down in the red zone. This is good on like a 1st and 10 if the guy's pressing up on you, making it hard to run. First read's always going to be the tight end. Second read is going to be the flat. Third read is going to be the check down if you have the running back, but if you keep the running back in, like in this play, that third read is going to be the 9 route. Okay, and go into practice mode and practice all of these, because timing is very important, and we're going to talk a little bit more about timing when we get into our coverage beaters. Now, every one of those plays I hit the tight end, but this is an example of where the tight end's covered, and then I go from my first read to my second read, which is then the flat. But now let's talk about coverage beaters, right? Now, one of my favorite cover 2 beaters is the smash concept, as you see the open touchdown right here. Let's break down the smash concept further against cover 2, okay? What we're doing in the smash concept is we're high-lowing the outside DB. So look all the way to the left, that outside DB. If he stays down and plays the curl, right, we're going to hit the corner. Conversely, right, if that DB is backing up, then we're going to hit the curl route, okay? The best thing about this is whether it's man or zone, if it's cover 2, if we see a 2 high safety, we can still high-low it, right? So this is kind of like a pure progression mixed in with the coverage beater. And this is where it gets a little bit confusing, because now we're going to talk about a 1 high cover 3 beater, because everybody loves cover 3. And the flood concept should be your go-to. This is one of my favorite concepts, right? And against cover 2, another great concept that I like to use, which I highly recommend you guys all use, is the verticals concept. This gets a little bit trickier against man coverage, but against zone coverage, you're going to dot it up all the time. But back to cover 3 here, and let's talk about this flood concept for a little bit longer. See how wide open that is? That's because of the timing of this. And again, practice the timing, because it's about a millisecond of a difference between him being wide open and catching it versus this being an interception. So when's the right time to throw this ball, right? So we have the 9 route, the go route, all the way on the outside, and then we have the deep out, okay? And then we got the guy underneath in the flats. The time to make this decision is right when he's making his break, right? So if I'm looking at that 9 round that's covered, right when he makes his break, that ball's got to be out, because look, that ball looks like it's thrown a little bit early, but look how small the margin of error is here when it comes to the timing of these passes. And this is why I highly, highly, highly recommend you go into practice mode and really try this out a bunch of times. And also look here, right? This is where I hit it to the flat. So this is a coverage beater, but it's also a pure progression. It's a little tricky, but I mean, let's not overcomplicate this. It's go route to the deep out to the check down, okay? But let's talk about a concept that's going to beat any coverage. Whether you see 1 high or 2 high, who cares, right? So right now I'm seeing 2 high, right? So what I'm doing is I'm making a flood concept to the right side, okay? And I do that by hot routing the tight end and doing the custom stem. So now I kind of have like a flood concept to the right side. That's our 1 high beater. And then to the left side, I have the bench concept, which is pretty much a glorified smash concept, right? So now, when I used to coach, we used to have this concept for our young quarterbacks because it was easy, all right? We see one high, we're going to go to the one high beater side. And we also have in the route tree things that are going to be man or zone coverage. So remember, the flood concept's a pure progression, so we don't really care if it's man or zone, but we don't want to just run this the whole freaking game, and we also want our tight ends to catch a damn pass when I'm trying to make a point, but I digress. One more time, okay? Flood concept to the right. Cover 2 beater to the left. It's one high, so I know post-snap, assuming there's no rotation and they switch into like a cover 2 defense, right when I snap this ball, I'm going to look at the safeties, confirm that it's still one high, and then I'm going to look to the right side. This helps with your quick decision making, and also somebody got him a new pair of gloves because now he can actually catch a ball. But let's talk about what if it's man coverage, right? What if they're in a cover 1, right? And we want to switch up our play calling. If it's a cover 1 man, right, this is when we're going to hit the curl, right? That curl won't be open in zone. If it was zone, we'd hit the tight end. But now it's too high again. So what are we doing now? Are we looking to the right side? No, we're going to look to the left side, right? We're going to go to our cover 2 beaters, right? If it's cover 2 man, we're going to hit the out route. If it's a cover 2 zone, remember I showed you that verticals concept before? Cover 2 zone, we're going to hit that vertical route. And again, we're really just looking at that outside DB, right? If he's taking off with that 9 route, we got him. Okay, but now, okay, one high again. We looking left or right. We're going to look to the right. Now it's zone, tight end's open, boom, and he drops it again. Okay, before I lose my freaking mind, you guys get the point here. Okay? And listen, whenever you're unsure about what to do, remember, we could always come out in this and we can hot route these concepts so that way, all right, 1 high, 2 high, man, zone, doesn't matter, right? We know our coverage beaters, we know our pure progressions, but what if we were just in something that I don't even know what to do, right? Go into practice mode, try those plays out. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions about passing or any other quarterback related questions. And it doesn't have to just be offense related. You can ask me anything. Special teams, defense. You drop a comment with your problem, I'll make a video on it. All right, guys, that's all for this week. I'll talk to you guys soon. How we doing?